Hey everyone, I'm Nick Eatman, and I'm joined now by Stephen Jones, Cowboys Chief Operating Officer. And Stephen, I know you've been here for a lot of years here, but can it be crazier than that one against the Falcons? I haven't talked to you since the Falcons win.
We've only been around maybe one other like that. I think it was a Buffalo Bills game up in Buffalo where Tony was having a tough night. I think he threw 5 or 6 picks and stayed resilient, and he kept fighting, and we ended up winning that game with a long field goal, not unlike this game. But you know, I just think games like this can really springboard a football team. I mean, they learn to, hey, if you just keep fighting one play at a time, you know, things are going to get better, and you just keep playing hard. And I think Mike did a great job with the team, and I do think it's a huge, huge win for us. Obviously, getting that first win is always the hard one, especially under a new head football coach like Coach McCarthy. But you know, it was exciting. It was great. The fans did an outstanding job. I mean, you could really hear them. And, you know, I think it was just at the end of the day, it was a great day. It seemed like a tough day for the biggest part of it. But, you know, the good news is the Cowboys got it done.
Talk about that with the fans. You said having them in the stadium, much different than the week before, obviously, in Los Angeles. But just when you think back to the summer and all the challenges that the NFL and your franchise and your team has had, just to get there at the stadium and play games with some fans, that had to be a special feeling.
Huge, huge win, you know, from the league and their staff to our staff, all the work, you know, our business staff put into this. I know our players really appreciated having the fans there. And like you said, having been in L.A., a beautiful stadium, albeit the week before, but empty. You know, it's tough. And, you know, this game's an emotional game. You know, these players play with a lot of adrenaline, and, you know, they get fired up. And, you know, to be able to have the fans there, like you said, it's, you know, it's a journey. And certainly, as we all know, our society, our world's had challenges with the virus, and then, you know, with the social injustice and all the other challenges that have been out there. You know, it was really rewarding to see all our guys come together as a team, you know, hold each other accountable, keep working, keep going. And it was a tremendous success for not only the Cowboys, but the NFL, and certainly, you know, the Atlanta Falcons. You know, they gave us one hell of a game. And I know, you know, we've been on the wrong end of those too. So. But it was, I think, a great day for the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys.
You mentioned that Buffalo game in 2007. I remember when Troy Aikman said he thinks that was Tony Romo's best game, because as a quarterback, you have to fight through adversity, keep battling, and then you can find out that if you keep going, you can have success. It's not that Dak was having all those kind of issues, but the team was. Do you feel like Dak, that was one of his better games?
Absolutely. I mean, he's the leader of this football team, and he never blinked. You never saw him blink on that sideline. He kept grinding. And, you know, we had the ball in our best players' hands, whether it's a Zeke, whether it's a Tony Pollard, whether it's a Schultz, whether it's a Dak. You know, that's where we want the ball. And he got hats off to Atlanta. They were doing a great job. I think number 54 had 2 or 3 of those on his own, those punch outs, which is what we want to teach. We've got to certainly do better at that as a defense. But I do think Dak, you know, that comes with experience with this game. You live to tell about a game like that, and I think you're a better quarterback for it. We're a better team for it. And like I said, I think it's just a building block for this football team. We've got to win now. Let's put that behind us. And, you know, we're going to play a great football team in the Seattle Seahawks. So we're going to have to button that chin strap again and get with it.
You talked about Mike McCarthy and winning his first game. What have you noticed? I mean, obviously there's a big difference in his style, and that's kind of one of the reasons why he's here. You needed a little bit of a change there. In 2 games, can you already see that? You're seeing some fake punts. You're seeing going for it on 4th down, maybe 2-point conversion early on. And, of course, we could debate that one all day long. But you're seeing a big difference in how he manages the game?
Absolutely. And, you know, the good thing, you know, Jerry and I were visiting about you know, Mike's aggressiveness. It's well-founded. He's big into analytics. He's big into studying the odds. As you know, this day and time in the NFL, you know, I think you have to be aggressive to win these football games. Now, so far, a few of Mike's aggressive decisions hadn't gone his way, which only tells me because he plays the odds and he's an analytics guy. we got some big plays coming our way because we've missed on a few of them. But, Jerry and I are so supportive of what he's all about. I mean, he's got a Super Bowl ring to show for his head coaching background. He's been to 3 championship games. I mean, his pedigree says it all, and we feel good about it. A couple of those plays were on special teams plays. Coach Bones, he's one of the best in the business, and we got a little frustrated on the first 2, didn't quite execute and get it done, but then, when it counted the most, when we had to have that onside kick, they came through. Special teams came through for us.
I love when John Fossil said about the fake punts. He says, the next time we run one, we'll do better. It's not that, maybe we'll run one again. Oh, we're running one again. We'll just execute it.
You could tell talking to Mike and Coach Fossil in the meeting room, they weren't deterred. Hey, we're just going to continue to get better, and there'll be more big plays made on special teams. I think we've got the players to do it. We've got great returners. We've got a good group of guys, and better than all that, we've got some really good coaching.
You do have some injuries as well. They keep kind of piling up, especially on defense. Can you kind of talk us through a little bit on what you're expecting in the secondary? You're losing Cheeto Awuzie for a few more games now. You already had Anthony Brown down. It's not going to get easier with Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and, of course, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they've got a great receiving core, but, these injuries are interesting. They seem to hit us in certain areas. The offensive line, now corner. We had the linebackers there early. So, but, our guys, that's part of this game. All 32 teams are having, having these challenges that they've got to overcome, and we're no different. The good news is, I think when we started this season, I think we had one of our best top to bottom rosters that we've ever put together with our personnel department led by Will McClay. We had a great college free agency class, a great draft class, a good free agency class, and really feel like the players are here on campus, if you will, to get in there and take care of those injuries. Now, Tyron will be another game time type decision. He's making progress. We feel really good about it. Obviously, we put Cheeto on the designated to return IR list. He's probably going to be out there, 3 weeks at a minimum. And then, as we know, we put Anthony Brown on there toward the end of the week last week, so he's still got a couple of weeks to go. But it's great to have a guy like Brandon Carr who's played corner. He's a seasoned veteran. He's been in big games, whether it be with the Cowboys or the Ravens. And then, of course, we got the young guys who are going to be ready to step up. Diggs is already showing what a pro he is. He got a little dinged up, but he's out there practicing and working, and just feel good about this group overall. But injuries are going to be a part of any NFL season, and probably with not having the competitive off-season training programs, not having the preseason games, to get some players some time before you get into the real competitive action. I'm sure some of that plays into it, but we're prepared. We just got to embrace what comes our way, and I think we got a great head coach who's been through that. He's got great stories to tell about playing in Green Bay with the center and 4 guards, and was able to beat the Bears with that situation. So he embraces it, and we'll just move forward and feel good about what we can do against the Seahawks.
You mentioned Tyron Smith. You got any update on Lyle Collins? He's eligible to come back, I think, after this game.
Yeah, we'll just, it's still week to week with him. We'll evaluate his situation next week and see, what his chances are of coming back. It's a long season. We certainly, got to handle everything the right way in terms of what's in their best interest to get the most out of the player over the long haul. Lyle's working his tail off out there along with Cam Irving and Tyron, 3 of our, going into the season, we're supposed to be our top 3 tackles. So, hats off to Coach Philbin and what he's getting done with these younger guys, and we'll just continue to move forward.
All right, one more. You said the fans can energize a team, and they're really good to have them. You go to Seattle this week in a place that it's always been tough to play. Does it hurt your feelings that they're not going to have the 12th man, or do you still feel like it's important to have that in the game?
Well, I think the pageantry of the game's all about the fans. I mean, you certainly hate we're in this situation. At the same time, probably if it's going to help one team or the other, it's probably going to help us that that the decibel level's not going to be up at the levels they're used to in Seattle. But you know, at the end of the day, we all want to get all our stadiums full again and have all our great fans of the NFL back in these beautiful, beautiful stadiums that we have around the league. I was looking at the Raiders' new stadium there Monday night, and it's amazing. Obviously, we got a chance to see the Rams' new stadium, SoFi, firsthand. So, you know, this is a challenge right now with the virus and what we're having to do to combat that. But at the same time, we know, you know, we're going to be back soon to where we will be having these stadiums full again.
Stephen, we know you're busy. I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, that's Stephen Jones, Chief Operating Officer. We'll see you next time on DallasCowboys.com.